Escalating elite division in Ukraine and its implications for national stability. The intensifying internal schism among Ukraine's elites, exacerbated by the absence of financial support from Western allies, is leading to bitter internal strife. The Ukrainian Armed Forces Commander-in-Chief, General Zaluzhny, constrained by his military position, refrains from overtly declaring his political aspirations, a practice restricted by law. Conversely, President Zelensky remains resolute in retaining power, dismissing any notion of relinquishing control. These are the key indicators of internal discord in the Ukrainian power circles. Zelensky's administration directed leaders of Ukraine's 24 regions to cease interactions with General Zaluzhny and other dissenting voices. The Ukrainian parliament unanimously advocated suspending presidential elections during ongoing military operations. The still influential former advisor of the office of the president, Alexei Arstovich, now residing in the United States, persistently voices dissent against Zelensky, highlighting Russia's superiority and Ukraine's internal issues. General Zaluzhny has yet to unveil a military operations strategy for 2024, crucial for NATO support alignment. Without such a plan, NATO aid remains uncertain, if not unattainable. During his visit to Ukraine, U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin engaged in talks about military aid strategies directly with General Zaluzhny, bypassing Zelensky, a departure from previous practices. Recently, Zelensky announced expansive defensive infrastructure construction, seemingly aimed at securing external funding through unconventional channels. Zelensky is attempting to revise mobilization laws and lower draft ages, initiatives that lack popular support. Zelensky and his wife began publicly discussing post-war plans, with Mrs. Zelensky openly opposing her husband's potential second term. Public opinion influencers have begun actively advocating for eventual peace among Ukrainians. The head of the ruling political faction in the Ukrainian parliament, David Arakhamia, accused the then British Prime Minister Boris Johnson of derailing a peace treaty in 2022 during a Newsweek interview. Western media remain ambivalent, alternating between glorifying Zelensky and condemning corruption and failed counter-offensives. The ongoing confrontation between Zaluzhny and Zelensky proceeds cautiously, aware that missteps could escalate the country into civil strife. The pressing timeline presents challenges for both contenders and the nation at large. The discord between the president and the commander-in-chief, compounded by Western reluctance to provide military aid, dampens the morale of Ukraine's armed forces. Meanwhile, the Russian army continues advancing, capturing seemingly impregnable strongholds. The looming question persists: who will shoulder the blame, and who will emerge as the leader to guide Ukraine towards a scenario of peace and reconciliation, if such a scenario is conceivable? Thank you for listening, and be well.